In the last video, I took the second village. I am playing as the Golds through Thunder. The second village should provide us with an economic base. This can be done by farming Oases or through a strong capital. In this video, we will be expanding to the third village through the capital. My second village is a green field with 15 farms and Oases at plus 125%. Now we need to think about developing two villages simultaneously. You shouldn't be intimidated by the fact that they are at a great distance from each other. Well, often that's the case, but sometimes, if you're really lucky, the second village can be nearby. But let's not talk about luck. So what should we do next? How can we build the third village faster? The first thing to understand is that building a green village requires a lot of gold. If you have an issue with that, I do not recommend capturing this type of cell. Second, building grain fields is more profitable than any others. This doesn't depend on the type of village or oasis. The key factor is the early mill. It increases the production bonus starting from the 5th level. Moreover, this bonus does not add up with the grain production bonus bought with gold, but is one mathematical level below it. I'll explain if it's unclear what the advantage is. At the first mathematical level is the basic production of resource fields. They are simply summed up. Then, a production bonus is applied. It is composed of bonuses from oases and factories, such as the mill and others. As a result, we will get production enhanced by the mill's bonus. At the third level, we have a gold bonus. That is, it does not combine with the mill bonus but is added on top. Right now, you can see a clear example on your screen showing how much it provides. For the other resources, there is no intermediate factory at the 5th level. The mill applies its bonus, which we enhance with the gold bonus on top immediately for 6 fields for the starting village or 15 fields for the capital. That is why grain fields are significantly more profitable to build than any others. If we continue the chain of benefits, it turns out that building grain fields in the capital is more advantageous than in the starting village. After all, the bonus applies to the production of all grain fields, and there are 9 more of them in the capital, which is incredibly much. Therefore, the third point is to focus on building grain fields in the capital. In the first village, we will also build resource fields, but solely for completing tasks. This is an important necessity to raise the heroes' level and heal them. Fourth, we strengthen our farm by building farming units in the first village, whether it's Thunders, Club Swingers, or any other units. But if you reached the second village without farming, then there's no need to start. Fifth, your hero is probably producing resources now. If the new village is in an area with many unprotected lasers, you should send your hero there. And don't forget to buy the Book of Wisdom to change the hero's specialization from resource production to strength. If there is no one to kill, that book is not needed, and we relocate the hero to the second village so that he produces resources there instead of the first. It's easier than constantly sending resources via merchants. Sixth, do not hoard the resources in the hero's backpack. This is the most crucial stage of the game. It's even more important than a quick second village. Your current actions will determine your future economy. And finally 7, we are not interested in the robber of the week statistics, only this one. This statistic consists of 3 parts: farming, resource production, and trading. We don't need to be the best in any one of these aspects. Our goal is to be the richest on the server. Therefore, if we do everything correctly, then we can easily obtain a lot of resources without even holding any top positions. This, by the way, is quite good. It's much better not to be visible to everyone. In the first village, we don't build anything except farming units. In our case, these are the Thunders. When the stable is busy training new units, we can spend surplus resources on improving the stable or on developing resource fields. That is, the priority is on new Thunders and stable for enhancing farming. And we build resource fields to gain experience for the hero. There is no need to send resources to the new village. Just send your hero there. Also, We use all the resources from the hero's backpack exclusively in the new village. In the capital, we build the main building to level 5, the warehouse and granary to level 3, and the first level of the market. This basic construction will be sufficient for us for a while. We build all of this with gold and immediately proceed to constructing the resource fields. First, all resources to level 1, then the second, and so on. With the appearance of the first 5th level grain field, we build a mill and upgrade it to the second level once the first 6th level grain field appears. And with the appearance of the first field of the 7th level, we build a waterway of the 3rd level. We develop resources evenly. We must take the first oasis within the first 2 days from the server start when all the grain fields reach the 7th level. If you stay focused and do everything correctly and sequentially, it's not difficult to achieve. Warehouses and granaries are upgraded as needed, but no more than that. All our resources should be spent exclusively on increasing production. Meanwhile, don't forget to build thunders and farm with them in the first village. On my Discord channel, you will find various calculators that help develop resource fields properly. Yes, they are not very accurate, but overall, for beginners, it's quite a good tool. But you know me, I seem to know how to do everything, but every time I approach the game with a touch of carelessness. After a tough first day of playing, I got a bit tired, so on the second day, I barely logged into the game. Therefore, I captured the Oasis only on the third day. I have far fewer thunders than I could, and I'm also behind in farming. But you know, even with such gameplay, if everything is done correctly, you will find yourself in a pretty good place in terms of wealth on the server. Note, I played without deputies or assistants, without bots, without any other game aiding tools. Despite that, I go to work and sleep at night. Of course, I use an alarm clock, and during breaks at work I log into the game, but still, I hold leading positions. 72 hours after the server starts, two important events will occur. New animals will start appearing in the Oasis, and a reward will appear in the daily quests, giving us 400 units of culture. We will kill animals with rams and the hero, but for the task we will need to prepare. To begin with, the starting village. It's simple here. You need to build more cheap buildings that give culture. You can upgrade all the hideouts to level 7, the market to level 12, a few levels of the embassy. But the most important are the stables and resource fields, but there are no problems with them. After all, we've been upgrading the stables for the last 2 days. But we were also upgrading resource fields to gain hero experience. We are waiting for the daily quest update, and we start the first celebration. In the same village, we will initiate the second celebration and order 60 phalanxes and 60 thunderstorms. Make sure to order in batches of 20. It is not necessary to order 60 thunders. You can mix them with 20 scouts, and phalanxes will be useful for defending the village. In the capital, it's simpler. In this village, we just need to start one celebration. It doesn't have to be done immediately. Calmly develop, build many different cultural constructions, an academy, a town hall, and only then start the celebration. We have a whole 24 hours for this. "72 hours after the server starts, new animals will begin to appear in the Oasis. Therefore, farming should be disabled in advance to prevent unnecessary losses. As soon as new animals start appearing, we actively begin farming them. This can be done by a timer, which I will talk about in the next video, or by simple raids with groups of thunders and the hero. Animals appear sequentially by different types. For example, in the Oasis with clay, rats will appear first, then spiders, and finally wild boars. Since thunders are cavalry units, they are better at dealing with animals that have weak cavalry defense. So, we are primarily interested in rats and wild boars. Bats, wolves, and bears will be a big problem for us. The fourth day is a good timing for founding the short village, but it's okay if it happens later, as our capital already has a very high level of resource production. We can afford to build a palace, but before that, don't forget to construct the main building to level 14 or 15. There is also another method, which is cheaper. You can build a level 1 palace, declare it the capital, and then demolish the palace. And instead of it, build a residence of level 10. This method is not bad for defensive type players, but not very good for off players, as the third village is often an army village. The ideal result would be a third village at the beginning of the fourth day, but for this, you need to have good farming and active gameplay. Celebrations should be ongoing all the time. I prefer a calmer method. One celebration for a quick second village and then 3 more celebrations to gain 400 culture. And if that's not enough, then add more celebrations afterwards. Most often, the third village is obtained at the end of the fourth day. By this time, we have 1 oasis and fields of the 10th or 11th level in the capital. In this round, I didn't play very seriously, so my capital is a bit weaker than it should be, but I will have a new start soon. Join the streams so you don't miss it, and don't forget to support the channel with your like and subscription. See you on the green fields of Travian.